Hello, everyone, to a brand new Let's Play Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster. I am Marusu, and boy, have I been excited about this game. Final Fantasy IV is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games, ranking in my top 5 right underneath Final Fantasy XIV at number 3. Final Fantasy IV is at number 4. Um, and boy, am I excited about this game. Final Fantasy IV has been a longtime favorite of mine, and I have been wanting to replay it for the longest time. When I started up this channel, I was so excited to finally get to this game because 4 is definitely in my top 3 of replayable Final Fantasy games, being 7, 9, 4, and then 1 of my top replayable of games that I just go back and replay just because I enjoy playing them. Final Fantasy IV was actually originally released for the Super Nintendo in Japan back in July 1991. And it wouldn't be released to America until November of that year as Final Fantasy II, because Square Enix wanted to prioritize getting games out for the Super Nintendo and didn't want to waste the time or the resources to localize Final Fantasy II and 3 to come over to America because by the time that would have been done, the Super Nintendo would already have been out, and they wanted to prioritize getting games out for the Super Nintendo. So they just skipped 2 and 3 and released Final Fantasy IV in America as Final Fantasy II, since it was the second game that came out in America right after Final Fantasy I for the regular Nintendo. Since then, Final Fantasy IV has been ported to almost every single system worldwide since then. It's probably one of their most reported games in the entire series, with the exception of maybe 7, right? Because like 7 came out on the PlayStation, so there hasn't been much that could be ported to. But Final Fantasy IV started out on the Super Nintendo, got ported to the Super Nintendo, and it got released in America in 1991. And then it got a PlayStation port in 2001, and then a 3D remaster worldwide in 2007. And then it also got a little mini interlude movie and a sequel called The After Years that takes place like a year later, I think. And then all 3 of them were compiled into a collection called the Complete Collection that was released worldwide for the PlayStation Portable in 2011. Since then, the game, the 3D version of the game, as well as the After Years, not Interlude for some reason, were then put on Steam, like on PC at a later date. But I'm pretty positive that the only way you can play the Complete Collection is on the PSP. I don't think that is on the DS. And then the Pixel Remastered of Final Fantasy IV came with the rest of the Pixel Remastered games of 1 through 6, releasing on mobile phones as well as PC worldwide in 2021. Then it got ported to Switch and PlayStation in 2023, and then Xbox Series X and S in 2024, making Final Fantasy IV probably the most accessible Final Fantasy game across the board, right? Like, there's been multiple ports of Final Fantasy 1, is with the Pixel Remastered, and also being in the Origins collection for PlayStation and being on the Nintendo. So Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 4 are up there as probably the most accessible. 2, yes. 3, not so much, as is only in the Pixel Remastered and on the DS. 4 is accessible across the board on almost every system. Now, mind you, the Origins collection of Final Fantasy 1 and 2 are not on PC. So the only way to play 1 and 2 on PC is the Pixel Remastered collection. The Pixel Remastered collection. So that still leaves Final Fantasy 4 as being the most accessible, being on almost every system. And Final Fantasy 7 is also up there because that is Final Fantasy's baby, and they're going to port that game anywhere that they can. Now, my one grievance with Final Fantasy is the main character of this game. I have no idea why they never decided to put him in Kingdom Hearts. The entire themes revolving around this character and the game itself coincides with Kingdom Hearts' entire lore perfectly. And the only explanation I have as to why they did not do that was simply that I think they only used characters created by Tetsuya Nomura in Kingdom Hearts. But Tetsuya Nomura, though making almost all the characters from Final Fantasy VII and then Final Fantasy VIII, and also made Shadow and Setzer from Final Fantasy VI, which Setzer was in Kingdom Hearts, Nomura had nothing to do with Final Fantasy IX at all. So why is Vivi in Kingdom Hearts 2? Well, my only other explanation beyond that is he got explicit permission from the creator of Vivi to be able to use him, and that would work because Nomura also did not create any character in Final Fantasy IV. The main character of this was created by Yoshitaka Amano, and maybe Amano didn't want his characters in Kingdom Hearts. That's the only explanation that I have. If anyone knows the exact reason why they didn't put the main character into Kingdom Hearts, please let me know. But it's bothered me for so long because it's literally the perfect. If there's any character in the entire Final Fantasy franchise that deserves to be in Kingdom Hearts because he is a Kingdom Hearts character in his own right, is the main character of this game. Which, no, is not that guy in the title. That's not the main character. I don't know why they use him for the title. I mean, I guess he's technically the second main character, but whatever. All right, so let's get into this game. All right. Now, Captain, we have arrived at we'll be arriving at Baron shortly. Very well. The captain seems kinda down. After what we did, who wouldn't be? Orders are orders, but killing innocent people to get the crystals isn't right. Uh-oh. Are we the bad guys? The Red Wings are supposed to protect people, not harm them. That's enough! But Captain, surely you don't condone what we've done? All of you, listen well. The raid on Mysidia was impressive at Baron's prosperity. The Mysidians know too much about the crystals. Their very possession of one is a threat to Baron. His Majesty ordered we obtain the crystals, and as soldiers of the Royal Air Force, we are sworn to obey. Captain. Captain, monsters sighted dead ahead. Prepare for battle. Prepare for battle. Floating eyeballs. Yeah, this fight is scripted. I'll get into the combat later. Ugh. Are you all right? We've got more hostiles. Damnation. And a zoo. Yeah, this is all scripted. I'm not actually playing. Is everyone okay? All accounted for, sir. We've been encountering more hostiles than ever lately. There's no end to them. Could it be some kind of omen? Captain, we are now approaching Baron. Very well. Prepare for landing. Well done. Well done. So the crystal is now ours. Mysidians put up no resistance. In fact, they were completely defenseless. Is this pity, I perceive? Come, Captain. His Majesty awaits. If you'll excuse me, Captain, I must speak to His Majesty in private. Please wait here. Your Majesty, I am afraid Cecil can no longer be trusted. He clearly questions your authority. He does. Your counsel was well-headed, Baragon. But so long as I obtain the crystals, Cecil's transgressions matter little. Send him in. Yes, Your Majesty. Captain, His Majesty summons you. The Kingdom of Baron hails your return. May I have the crystal? Yes, Your Majesty. Hand it over the water crystal. It looks genuine to me, sire. It is. Beautiful, behold. You are dismissed, Cecil. Your Majesty. Yes? Captain, what is it? Your Majesty, forgive me. But what are your intentions regarding the crystals? My men are confused and displeased at your orders. And what of you? Do you question my command? No, I only ask. Silence! Do not think your treachery has slipped past me. I trusted you, Cecil, but you leave me no choice. I hereby relieve you of the command of the Red Wings. Your Majesty. Now, I charge you with another duty. Slay the phantom beast that plagues Mist Valley, and deliver this bomb ring to the Mist village of Mist. You leave tomorrow, at first light. Your Majesty, I beg to reconsider. I'm going to try to do my best Liam O'Brien voice, but I cannot replicate that man's voice. It is just way too sexy. In the 3D version, Kane is voiced by Liam O'Brien. Because the 3D version of this game is voiced. I'm going to try my best. Your Majesty, I beg you to reconsider. Cecil has done no wrong. Ah, Kane, if you are so concerned about your treacherous friend, you may accompany him. Your Majesty, now take the ring and be gone. Receive the bomb ring. Your Majesty. And we get shoved out the door. Yay. I'm sorry, Kane. Once we've completed the mission, the king is bound to forgive us both. You'll command the Red Wings again in no time. Get some rest. Leave tomorrow's preparations to me. Alright. And now we are Cecil. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on... run. There we go. Okay. Alright. This is Cecil. He is a Dark Knight. This is the first Final Fantasy game with definitive characters that have a definitive class. Like in Final Fantasy 1, you have the ability to change classes and name your character. Like you can choose what classes to start as, and you can name your character. The characters are very generic. There's no actual like who they are. They are just the Warrior of Light, and they can be whatever class you set them to. Final Fantasy 2, you can essentially change what gear you're using, but there's no definitive actual class. And in Final Fantasy 3, you can change your classes altogether. This is the first game, actually the first game in the series, because the Final Fantasy 3 characters didn't have definitive names until the 3D until they finally got released to North America, which came after this. So this is the first game. Well, no, because 2 had a definitive named characters. Yeah, this is the first game where the definitive named characters that have like an actual name, have actual job classes, right? He is a Dark Knight. I cannot change that. That is what he is, right? He has no magic. He is wearing dark armor. And more stat stuff. Alright. This is my map. And what I want to do now is I want to find treasure. There's treasure here that I need. First things first is I'm going to click on that to open up this door. Get Gil, Ether, and a tent. Yay. And now... go this way. Cecil! Thank goodness you're alright. I was so worried. You left on such short notice. We're fine. I wish I could say the same for our Mesidians we slaughtered. Cecil! I'll come see you later, okay? Very well. Well, 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 look who's back. Rosa was worried sick about you. I don't want to give him the same voice as the king. Hold on. Don't you ever... don't you ever just do that? Don't you ever just do that to her again, you hear? So, how are my airships? I bet you and y'all goons wrecked them up something awful. Hey, what's the matter with you, kiddo? Well, what? The king's demoted you? What about the Red Wings? They'll be a mess without you. Come to think of it, the king's been kind of acting peculiar for some time. His Majesty ordered me to build an airship for killing people. Everyone's worried about him. Anywho, be back out there. Make short work of that mission and get back safe. Whoa. I have to start heading home. My daughter will kill me if I'm not back soon. Alright, bye, Sid. That's this game's version of Sid. Yeah, you can't explore too much of this place. I've changed the sheets, sir. I hear you depart early tomorrow morning. Good night. Thank you. I should have been talking to people. It's fine. From this point forward, I'll remember to talk to people. What happened to the king? He conveys the crystals as though he's possessed. Oh, covets the crystals as though he's possessed. And it seems he'll resort to any means to get them. Nevertheless, I can't defy him. How could I cross the man who killed Cain, who raised Cain in me like his very own? The chivalrous knight whom I've added and admired since childhood. I will not betray him. I can't. Cecil, what's going on? You just returned from Astydia, and now you must journey afar to battle some phantom beast? It's all too sudden. Everything is fine. Cecil, look at me. In Mysidia, we killed innocent people to steal their crystal. It was horrible. But I suppose this is my fate as a Dark Knight. Soon I won't even feel remorse for my actions. You and I both know that will never happen. Still, I can't defy the king. I'm a hopeless coward. The Cecil I know would never whimper like this. The Cecil I love. Aw. You leave for Mist early tomorrow, right? Yes, but don't worry. Kane's coming too. I'll be fine. Trust me. Please come back to me in one piece. Thank you, Rosa. Though, as a Dark Knight, you know we can never truly be together. Guys, I love this game. I just got goosebumps. Oh. So, are you ready for some real combat? Always. Lead the way. And so, the Dark Knight Cecil was stripped of his command as captain of the Red Wings. He and the Master Dragoon Kane head for the Foggy Valley and the village of Mist. The advent of the airship marked the realization of Baron's dreams, but also the birth of the militarism. With its Royal Air Force, the Red Wings Baron soon reigned supreme. Can't read today. Now, as monsters multiply and stir unrest, Baron only exploits its powers to collect the world's crystals. Why? Why? The crystals merely shed their light in silence. You gotta love that Final Fantasy theme. Alright, and welcome to the world of Final Fantasy IV. Not gonna lie, I don't really know the name of the planet. Alright, I'm gonna go into town. You'd think I would know the name of the planet, seeing as I play this game a lot, but I play a lot of games. You wish to go to Mist Valley, then you must head to the cavern northwest of Baron. Alright, let's go in here. I got things in here I wanna do. If you're journeying far, you mustn't forget to take potions, antidotes, and tents along. Alright, move. Move. Get out my way. Alright, what do you sell? Potions, Phoenix Downs. Alright, I don't need to buy any of this stuff. Who do you think I am? Alright, so much like the rest of the Pixel Remastered, I can change who I'm playing as. I'm gonna stay as Cecil for now. Hey, are you a bad guy? You sure look like one. Oh, that was a little girl, my bad. Sir Cecil of the Red Wings, I haven't done anything wrong. I'm a good citizen. I pay my taxes. Yeah, you know that you might be on the wrong end of things if the citizens are terrified of you. You pay, but you are a Dark Knight. I cannot take money from someone of your status. I think everyone's terrified of me. Click on the swords and come in here. Dwarven bread, tent, and eye drops. Move. Come away, little small child. Dancers wanted. Looking for limber, talented dancers. Interested parties apply within the management. Potion. Alright, yeah. Okay. Beds. Get me out of here. Let's go in here. Ow! It's not a Final Fantasy game if I'm not sticking my hand in fire. Watch my Final Fantasy 3 playthrough, you'll know. Touched every single torch in there. I hear the king and you boys are up to no good these days. Whatever it is you're all doing, keep Rosa out of it, you hear? Yeah, about that. Alright, I hear the potion. Stay away from mist. Leave the village alone or something bad will happen. I know it. And I can't buy gear. The game won't let me buy gear. Alright, so this is Devil's Road. This will become important later. The Devil's Road leads to Mysidia, but it has remained closed since the Mysidians sealed their end. Barad once actively traded with Mysidia via this path, but it is no longer of use. The stairs over there lead to the training room. Yeah, so I can go in there to train if I want to. I'm not going to. It's not really important. That door is locked. The king is gravely mistaken in orders his men to master the dark sword. I have no idea why I had such a hard time reading that sentence. Alright, this is Sid's house. Cecil, you can tell my father to stop pulling all-nighters. Tiredness makes him so confrontational. He won't even listen to me anymore. What's more, he's been arguing a lot with the townspeople because they badmouth the king and the soldiers. He's trying to stick up for you and Kane, you know. Birds of the World. The history of shipbuilding. Ow, ow, ow. Principles of buoyancy. And there's nothing on this bookshelf. I did it. I built a new engine. Okay. Alright. Go find the rest of this stuff. Did I go in this house? Yes, I did. That's why I stuck my hand in the fire the first time. Just thinking about Dark Knights gives me the heebie-jeebies, but they're still pretty cool. It's some people's favorite class in Final Fantasy games, due to their high damage potential. No, I don't spread any rumors about the king, really. Say I'll show you something neat if you promise not to get me in trouble. Sure. She just threw off her dress. Okay. Is that everything down here? Yeah, it seems like it. Okay. Hey, waterfalls don't hurt me in this game. Yay. The door on the west side of the town leads to an old waterway that goes right up to the castle, but it's been locked for years. Still have more stuff here. Here we go. Gold needle, Phoenix down, and a Phoenix down. That's all of those. I don't think I can get the other 3 chests yet. Yeah, okay. I can't get the other chest. Alright, so now I'm going to leave the town. Alright. We're going to get into a fight. Yeah, okay, so now we're outside of Baron. I'm going to get into 3 fights. There's 3 new enemies out here. Here's 2 of them, a goblin and a sword rat. And, this is the first game to incorporate the ATB system. What the ATB system is essentially the faster your character is, the faster the ATB gauge goes up, giving you a turn. You cannot make a move until your ATB gauge is fully up. But this also goes for the enemy. The enemy's ATB gauge can be going up faster than yours, allowing the enemy to hit you a couple of times before you even get a chance to act. It is a subsidiary of a turn-based combat, though I personally would not consider it turn-based because it's not like an actual turn, right? I differentiate turn-based from ATB-based games. And ATB will be the prominent feature of Final Fantasies going forward up until 10, I think, when it gets back to actual turn-based again. As you saw, Kane here is a dragoon, meaning he uses a spear, right? And he has the move jump. It jumps him up in the air, takes him out of combat for a turn or 2, and then he'll eventually drop back down. It makes it to where he can't be targeted for attacks, but and then his jump ability does immense damage. It makes him not be able to act every single turn, but it does keep him alive. And then you have Cecil, who uses a sword and a shield. He has darkness, which what darkness does is, as you just saw, attacks everyone. I didn't see if in this game darkness actually hurts you or not, but there's one more enemy I need to find. And this is not it. And I got a preemptive strike, which means my ATB gauge starts up. Use darkness. Okay, yeah. As you just saw, darkness hurts Cecil, but attacks everyone for immense damage. So be wary of that if you're using darkness. Cecil can get hurt by it. I gotta find this one last enemy. There it is, the Helldiver, and there's the floating eyeball again that we saw earlier. I'm gonna just auto battle this so they can just do the same thing that they've been doing. And easy peasy. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna before we head off to the Cave of Mist, I'm gonna end things here. I'm gonna rest up. I'm gonna I don't need a grind. I'm gonna stock up since I couldn't buy anything. I'm gonna buy me some potions and stuff like that, and we'll make our way to the Cave of Mist in the next episode. I'll see you all then. If you like what I do here, like and subscribe to my channel. Comment down below if you know the actual reason why Cecil is not in Kingdom Hearts, because I would like to know, because he's a perfect character for that game. And until next time, Hope you all take care. See y'all then. Bye bye.